welcome back to our podcast. You heard what I said. I'm JP. This is episode 14. We are in here. I got my brothers with me as always. Dwight and Lateef. What up? What up?
What up?
What's up, people? What's going on?
So, we are already in the midst of the other NBA basketball season. It felt like it was a small break between the finals, and now we already underway. But now we getting word that there's going to be an AllStar Game in Atlanta, of all places. Like, Adam Silver, you was doing good. Like, wait, what is it? Is this really happening? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, if it's definitely going down or whatever.
I think they have a date for him. I think March 7th or something like that.
Yeah.
Let Mr. I don't see what the problem is tell us about
I'm saying they're playing games in all arenas.
Okay.
What's the problem? It's not. They're not doing the bubble like they did the playoffs last year. So what's the big deal?
The big deal that it's still like, I think when people,
it's not important.
It was supposed to be in Indianapolis, right?
None of the games are important.
What?
Well, put it this way: relative to the world view, of course, none of the games are important. However, if they didn't have an All-Star Game this season, the fans would understand. Everybody would understand.
Yes.
The only reason why they're doing this is to satisfy their corporate partners. And LeBron said, "Yo, they told us." Remember, we said in one of our episodes, "Yo, they're not gonna have an All-Star Game." And then I said, "Yo, they was talking about it, but who knows what's gonna happen." LeBron said that they were told that they're gonna have that little 5-day break. And now it's like, okay, now I got to go all the way here, playing the game. Like, it's not going to be no enthusiasm. It's going to be no fans there. And if there's going to be fans there, it's going to be very little. Who's going to be excited about there being fans there if there is fans there?
I mean, it's fans. I think it's fans at the Hawks games now.
Yeah, the Hawks games ain't no fans at the Lakers games or the Brooklyn Nets games or the
where they
Knicks
playing
games,
at
or nobody else. But son, look, it's unnecessary.
It is.
It is unnecessary.
We're not even going to get the same All-Star Game that we would have got. Like, they already said, yo, I'm not, the biggest star in the league said, yo, I don't care about this. I'm not excited to go play. Like, so what type of game we going to get?
So, yeah, I understand trying to satisfy the corporate partners, but my thing is, why? Like, because even though there's not going to be fans at the game, there are going to be parties, like, because they have,
like there is at the,
remember,
in Tampa.
they have, because the Cure is in the
crazy right
remember, the Cure is in the Hennessy. We remember that, right? You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta. So,
but the vaccine might be in there. makes me immune to all that.
Right. They giving out at
VSOP
112 or something like that.
That's just a thing. Like John was saying. If you build it, they're gonna come.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be partying, but it's gonna be parties there.
There's been parties there for no reason.
There.
Yeah, they ain't stopped partying there. It's 2017 in Atlanta.
And now y'all giving them a reason? Y'all giving them a reason? Come on.
When the strip club's still open. As Lemon Pepper Lou told everybody.
He just wants some wings, man.
I mean, look, I'm happy that we getting basketball at all. You know,
right.
The games actually haven't been bad to watch. There's been some good games, especially recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like, look, I know they're getting paid and all that, but I think the NBA should have just gave them days off.
I agree. I totally agree.
Or do some community service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to, some type of give back. But don't make them go out there and play in an arena with 5,000 people to satisfy somebody that, what y'all gonna do, leave? You know what I'm saying? We the hottest thing out here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do? Y'all not gonna come around next year? Of course they are. So, I mean, you're not even risking anything.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get what you're saying. It's like, look, it's open anyway. It's, but like, we're not gonna get the same All-Star Game. Like the first All-Star Game when it's open is gonna be crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna be excited about being, seeing the fans back in. But now it's gonna be like, let's make sure we don't get hurt.
Yeah. No, but I think once they get on the court, if they get on the court, they play for real. Like
for the games that count, yes.
Yeah.
It's not baseball where the winner of it get home field advantage or something.
Last year the game was crazy.
What?
It wasn't no pandemic, was right.
Right.
Before.
I
know, but the way they played, the effort they gave, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you also had, it was 20,000 people in the stands. It's a whole nother vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's gonna be a fraction of that.
Energy is different.
Of that. Yeah, it's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's people that already don't want to go that you making go because they feel an obligation to you and the and their their employer and the league and stuff like that.
I don't think they can make the players go though, because you're voted in.
Right.
I mean, you can't make the people that put it this way, unless they hurt. Adam Silver will strongly, suggest that.
But it's been people that sat out All-Star games before.
Yeah, the LeBron. Okay, yeah. But it hasn't been over. Most people in the All-Star game, they may not play a lot of minutes, but most people in the they sit out the Pro Bowl. No, I ain't going.
Yeah.
But rarely does that happen in the NBA All-Star game. You get voted in, you usually going.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
But the Pro Bowl is like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not trying to get hurt.
The Pro Bowl was whack anyway, having it after the Super Bowl. Like that was.
But it's hard to have an All-Star game in that sport anyway because of the physicality. It's like you could end your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get hit the wrong way in football. You know what I'm saying? Either way, if you're going hard or if you letting up, and some rookie who this is his first time trying to show you how nice he is, end up clipping your leg. Next thing you know, you out for the season. You know what I'm saying? I don't think NFL should have an All-Star game like that. I still like watching the skills competition they have.
Yeah.
See the quarterback stolen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it should be most that. Maybe you get a bonus in your contract if you get voted off.
Nah, that used to be terrible.
Don't have me go out there and hit nobody for a game that don't count. At least the preseason games, I'm getting ready for the season at least. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't put me out there.
Especially like when they had the players that lost the Super Bowl that got voted in. So they lost, and then they go.
Going? Talking about, and I'm not going to watch the other dude talking about how he just watched us 2 weeks ago.
I'm a Denver fan. I see my man John Elway go out there 3 years in a row. Like fuck y'all.
Catch me in Jamaica, yo. I'll give y'all a sound bite when I get back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But we'll see what happens. I want to.
Okay, put it this way: if they do play, are you going to watch?
Yes, of course.
I'm a sports fan, though. I mean, I was going to watch regardless. But I also will tell the truth if I'm like, yo, this was trash. We've seen a bunch of All-Star games, especially early on before like the first 2 quarters. It was like, yo, this is unwatchable. They even tried to throw 30 alley-oops and all that stuff. We don't want to watch that. We want to see y'all do what y'all do at the highest level because y'all the best.
Right.
The format they implemented last year changed the way they're playing. It made it way better. Yeah. That game was competitive from first quarter to fourth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that kudos to Adam Silver for changing that part of it and making it good. I think on this one he whiffed a little bit. I think that they should have tried something different, or just like we just not going to do that this year. And I think he'd have been. There's people that canceled their whole seasons.
Right.
Of games and stuff. Colleges that cancel all fall sports and all.
Colleges that didn't make any money from it. They only cancel sports they didn't make money from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Look, Ohio State played 6 games. Played 5 games. 6 games before they got to the playoffs.
No, that was because people had
how much
COVID.
money they usually play 13 games. You know how much money they lost?
No, they didn't cancel games though. That's people got sick, so they had to pause.
They canceled the season. Remember, Big Ten canceled the season, and then later on said, "Okay, we're gonna start playing." That's why they only played that many games.
Yeah.
And then in between time, you still got people out and all that stuff. At the end of the day, was it worth it for Ohio State to do that? No, it wasn't. You know why? Because they got an endowment that's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, another little school, maybe Coastal Carolina, one of them that went to a bowl game, it might have been worth it for them to play. But it's like, in some level, sometimes the money ain't even worth it. Depending on with the risk that you're going out with kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think for the NBA players, I'm like, look, you're already playing 72 games, traveling. You know what I'm saying? give them that time off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want to spend time with their families and all that stuff. I just think that, this year would have been, I don't think we would have even been mad. When we heard about it, we were like, wow, we gonna miss it. And then we started talking about other shit.
Right.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have been mad. No.
Yeah,
no, because I think
we canceled the finals. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most people were expecting that.
Yeah.
Because All-Star is so much more than the game.
Because usually All-Star weekend. Like I don't think they're saying All-Star weekend.
Yeah. Like All-Star is way bigger than the game. Let's be real. It's turned into an event. Like people travel to, so it's more than just watching the game, whether you buy tickets or you watch on television. Like people go to these cities and enjoy themselves for the entire weekend. So it's
not only that, but we get other games too. We get the futures game to show the
those different.
We saw Luka Doncic and Trae Young and all them last year.
Yeah,
Hills competition and the 3-pointer and dunk contest, and then you get the game.
Right.
Now, all we're gonna have is a skill competition with nobody in the arena damn near, and then the All-Star game where people don't want to be there. Like I just think it's gonna be just a blasé.
Yeah.
Blasé thing.
I think when you announce that you're having All-Star, people automatically think everything that comes with that.
Yeah.
But it's not. Right?
You know what else last year, why last year's was lit? It was right after Kobe died. So it wasn't nobody was gonna be in there half-assing it and all that stuff. Remember they wore his number and all that stuff.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah, that was gonna be a little bit more heightened and emotional than the average one. This one is gonna be the exact opposite. Right. I think everybody wanted to go to the All-Star game last year to see each other and do all that other stuff. That would have been that was part of the healing process. Now everybody's like, son, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, the biggest stars in the world are saying that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody that said, yo, I want to go down there and do that. Nobody. Right. At least the ones that have spoken out about it.
I mean,
but am I going to watch the game if they have it?
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like it's still a sport that we love and enjoy, and it's entertaining. So, and when the best of the best are playing, we're still gonna watch it, but it just won't feel the same because it's not an entire weekend.
We'll see how they do it though.
Yeah, it should.
It's like we all know that the only thing that matters to these people is money.
Yeah.
But most of the time, because we get enjoyment out of it, we try not to think about that.
Right.
This is one instance where it's glaring that it's really about the money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It ain't for the fans, ain't for that. This is it's about this check, man. We trying.
I mean, bringing the season back last year was the same thing.
Yeah. True.
But they actually put it together in a good way where I don't think I missed the game.
But you know what though? They also had the most stringent COVID rules of any league that was playing during that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, put people in the bubble and all that stuff. So we felt better about seeing it. We didn't feel like they was just throwing them out there because, y'all getting paid, y'all better play. That was what they were saying, but they were saying it with care, with having the bubble and all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Forcing them to go to this All-Star game really is just, I really don't see no benefit in it at all.
Me neither. Yeah. Me neither. The fact that, they announced it was just crazy to me, but we shall see how it all goes down because it's gonna go down. You know what I'm saying?
I hope it's no BS down there either.
Listen, people are still gonna go. People are still gonna go travel. They're going to Atlanta.
I just saw people running in fear of what's going on in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I hope y'all, at least during the pandemic, that y'all like, let's all go out and have a good time. Like, why you want to go? Like, if you want to go out and even think about it might go down tonight, you probably should not even go. Stay your ass at home. Like, let me take it back. I do understand that mentality because we ran to danger too when we were young.
Right.
But now during this particular time, it's like, maybe you should think twice about, going and being in that particular setting. Like, I can imagine getting to a fist fight with somebody during a global pandemic. Whatever you said, yo, you got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good, right? Yeah, I know. Yo, suck that. You got it, bro. I'm gonna go this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke with you. You will not have me rolling around in the dirt with you. Next thing you know, I'm breathing like Bane and shit in the hospital.
Right.
With a fucking respirator on. I don't want none of that.
Well, speaking of the pandemic, the one thing that it has changed is, the way we watch or consume our content, specifically movies now. We talked about how, a few episodes ago, how I think Warner was all their movies for 2021 were going straight to HBO Max. So, a lot of people watch it, we all got HBO Max and we watch it or whatever. So, one of the movies that did come out this past weekend was a new Denzel movie with three Oscar winners in it.
Yeah. Rami Malek.
Rami Malek and Jared Leto or whatever. And the performances were good, but the movie as a whole, like, it was just okay to me. Like, I was like, it was all right. It wasn't horrible.
If you had to give it on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I would say a 7, and a 7 is not bad, but for 3 Oscar winners in it, I would expect more.
Yeah, I say a 7, but again, like we was talking about, like that Wonder Woman movie. It didn't feel like a movie that was supposed to be on the big screen.
But that doesn't. I understand that.
No, I can't say that with the people involved in that.
No, I mean, like HBO and Showtime, they're using big stars now.
Yeah, of course.
But this felt like this didn't feel like a blockbuster movie like it should have been with Denzel and Jared Leto in it.
I wouldn't consider it to be the type of blockbuster type of movie, but I would expect the core of the movie to be riveting. I mean, it was like I loved Jared Leto's performance. Like,
I wanted more from him though.
Yeah, I get that. Yes, the way he went out, I was like,
his character was weird though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was.
Because it's like at the end had me asking, like, dogs, was you even involved with this shit at all?
Right. Like it was no real closure. We don't really know.
Exactly. Did you see it on the news and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make some shit up so I can just inject myself into this story? And I'm like, okay, the son dug up 35 holes out in the desert. I'm like, he ain't find nothing. Nobody.
Right.
First of all, I'm not digging. You're digging. I got
exactly.
And I'm not turning my back on you when you telling me somebody that you killed might have been in here. I'm trusting you, like you don't got nothing in your pocket and like that. Like that whole part of it was. I think Denzel's character was my favorite one out of it because he just seemed like the one who had the most on the ball out of the three of them. The other cop, Rami Malek's character, seemed crazy weird. He seemed obsessed with Denzel's character at first, and then he seemed like he wanted to do his own thing and be the rogue, superstar cop and all that shit. It's like,
okay,
I didn't, now don't get me wrong. I think that they wanted him to be that way, so I think he did a good job doing, how he was doing. Same thing with Jared Leto. I think that the way they wanted him to act and do that character, he did it. Same thing with Denzel. So I kind of agree with you, John, when he was like,
I just don't think there was enough depth in the movie.
Yeah, the movie itself could have been, but
it could have been more layers to it.
Yeah, like they didn't expound on Jared Leto's background enough.
Yeah, he was clearly he was super smart.
Yeah,
like he was getting them. Like I wanted to go real, like a little bit more deeper than it actually did.
But that's to T's point. I've always said the same thing about Netflix movies. A Netflix movie would be 2 hours long, right? And 1 hour and 50 minutes of it would be fire. Then the ending of it, you'd be like, yo, what just happened? Like, that was a whack ending, you know what I'm saying? And it seems always to happen with a lot of Netflix movies, I've seen, Netflix original movies. So what Tiff was saying, like, it didn't seem like it was a movie made for the big screen, he might be right. Because it seems like that's what it is. It seems like it's always missing something, and maybe it don't have the oomph to going in, even depending on who was in it. Also, to T's point, like you said, nowadays more of the streaming services and places like that are getting the more A-list actors.
Yeah.
And I was entertained by the movie.
Yeah,
I think there was a lot of stuff, like y'all both were saying. There was a lot of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, that were missing.
like even for a psychological thriller, it wasn't enough of that.
Yeah, right. It stayed very much on the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they found one suspect.
Right.
And they rolled with him the whole time.
Yeah.
And he wasn't telling them nothing that fit.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And even Rami Malek's character, he was the new hotshot guy of the police department, right?
Right.
He was their
Denzel used to work at.
Right. So I understand him being obsessed with Denzel because there was a story there behind him, and he's probably intrigued by that. So he's like, maybe I can get something from this guy that can elevate myself. But then he acts like a fucking rookie on the job by going with Gerald, like
by himself.
Like it was just like, I was like, really?
Yeah.
That's what I didn't like. It just like you were that obsessed, or were you just that naive? Like I don't know. It just seemed a little his character to be the type of cop he was to just go with some rant just because like it was, I don't know, it was different, or he
seemed like he should have been. It seemed like he should have been better than that.
Yes, exactly.
And the thing he was obsessed with was the girl that was missing.
Right.
Right. But that was recent. It wasn't like he been working on that for years.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that was also strange. Like, it was some type of reward at the end of that. Like, if he found her or something like that, and that would have been some type of feather in his cap or something like that. He seemed like he liked the limelight a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think somebody mentioned that in the conversation too about him talking to the press or something like that. So maybe him wanting to go out and do this thing on his own was just part of his downfall when it came.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it also seemed funny that he was so willing to go along with the, hey man, just say what I said. We're gonna find this dude up. We're gonna take him somewhere, burn him up.
Right.
Yeah.
Sat there, cried a little bit. Like, all right.
Also,
in trouble. It was all good.
No, but he didn't sit there and cry. He sat there and dug 30 more holes.
Yeah, which was ridiculous. That's another thing. Like, really, you gonna do that? Because he was.
Oh, spoiler alert, people.
Whatever. Like, y'all know that. So.
But no, he dug the holes. He dug the holes before he killed him.
He dug a couple holes while the dude was talking.
Right.
After he killed him, Denzel came and was like, listen, put him in one of these holes.
Right.
He said, put him in one of these holes. I'll be back.
Right. And he dug more holes and he was still out there. Exactly.
Yeah, what was all that about?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, and another thing, the whole story of Denzel, like, first finding out what was his story at the police station that he had to go back to. So they kind of pieced it together as we went through the movie, because I was like, I was watching it with my wife. I was like, okay, so eventually we're gonna find out what the deal is with him. And they told us slowly through the, with the coroner, the black female from Snowfall.
Snowfall, right?
Yeah. She was the coroner, and like it told the story of what happened. I was like, oh, okay. I did appreciate that. Yo, she's great. She's really great. She's really great.
I gotta remember her name. She's a great actress.
Right. She was in The Wire too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avon's sister.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right. So she's played a lot of big roles like that. That you don't know her name, because I definitely don't know her name, but I know her face.
Be around that white too a lot too. Comfortable around that,
and that corruption. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that whole story, how what Denzel's backstory was. I like the way they did that. I appreciate.
Like I said, his storyline was I thought was the cleanest and the best part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The way they led up to that, and then finally told us at the end. And it was an ill story when you thought about how it happened. When he, it kind of wasn't his fault. Remember, he had a lineup, and then Shorty and the dude came behind him. Well, I mean, the two cops came behind him, started him. Mm-hmm. He turns his back. Then Shorty come running through the bushes. He just turned his shot.
Right.
Yeah, so but I can see how that could torment somebody. You don't want to kill nobody.
Yeah, but they covered that up too.
Yeah, they did.
Then she died.
She did. Exactly. Crazy.
But watching the movie though, like every time Denzel was on the screen, I'm just thinking, he is a great actor. He's phenomenal. Like His mannerisms, the way he takes stuff in, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, look, a Denzel versus it would be not too many over the last 30, 40.
Yeah, it's only a select few that could go against him, and will still probably lose, but it will still be great to see it like Lawrence Fishburne or somebody like, you know what I'm saying, of that caliber.
Larry can't mess with him, man.
No, I'm just saying, but in terms of, like, Lawrence Fishburne is a great actor, B.
Excellent
great actor.
Yeah.
Excellent actor.
I don't think he got the volume.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I said he would still lose. I'm saying it'd be entertaining to go back and to see certain roles that they've played and be like, oh yeah.
Denzel or Tom Hanks.
I was saying Tom Hanks. Yeah.
20.
Who wins?
Yeah.
Denzel.
Tom Hanks?
Yes.
I'll tell you, we're talking movies or acting.
I say movies in both. I mean,
if we're talking movies, I might go with Tom.
Well, if you say in the verses, it'll be movies, right? So
I'm thinking scenes. And like,
see, what are we doing now?
When you do verses, I'm thinking scenes. I'm thinking
it's everything.
I'm not thinking movie.
No. When you do the verses with music, it's the song.
It's a part of the song that you. If you're in that,
everything that goes in with the song, performance, rhyme, whatever.
So you're talking about the whole movie.
The whole movie. If that might be the only person that could give Denzel a run. Him and you gotta throw TC in there too.
You gotta throw Leo in there. You gotta throw Leo in there.
Yes, sir.
Leo got some joints.
Leo has some joints.
Yeah. Leo got some joints.
Yo, let me tell you something. The Aviator, when he played Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe got some joints.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although I think Denzel get Russell. I think him and Leo will be a good one because Leo got some.
See, that's difficult. When you put up movie against movie, that's difficult. That'll be a tricky one because anybody could lose to anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Tom Cruise has had an incredible career as far as
from like he was when he was like 13.
Yeah.
Remember Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise was in Taps.
Yeah, Taps.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, just crazy, all the right moves and things like that. So, I mean, he did have a couple, once he started messing with the Scientology and the Vanilla Sky and shit like that. But then it's like, you look at the Mission Impossible series, like,
I still rock with them.
That was a great series.
All them shit was dope. It's like,
great series.
I remember one time I put a question about Tom Cruise versus Tom Hanks, and mad people went to Tom Hanks. I was like, y'all real quick on that draw, not thinking about the breadth of.
Well, because they don't value action movies in the same way different. That they do like
action movies. Most action movies are never nominated for Oscars or any type of noteworthy awards. Got
joints like all the right men.
Yeah,
no, I get it, but that's not what he's known for. Tom did a movie
by himself, man.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. That's true. But I mean,
you can't take that away from nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real.
Not all the right men.
Wait. Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder was classic.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, but we talking about Tom Cruise right now. Tom Cruise in that.
Yes.
Was incredible, B. Incredible, and Robert Downey Jr. was phenomenal. I loved it. It was hilarious.
I'm surprised. I've seen a couple times some of the new folks out here trying to cancel him over that performance because he had on the blackface, whatever. And I'm like, look.
It was.
Don't get me wrong. And I always say to myself, look, I get it. I understand where y'all trying to come from.
Right.
But for God's sake, can we fucking laugh just once? Is it allowed for? Is it against the rules for us to just have some enjoyment?
Right.
Like I was talking to Leek the other day. Leek tagged me on some shit that Shannon Sharp said about Tom Brady or something. I'm like, look, you may want to make everything into an episode of Like It Is by Gil Noble, right? I'm not talking about his politics. I'm not walking around with a Brady for Trump banner. All I know is on the football field, he is the best quarterback I ever seen.
Right.
Can we talk about all that other shit? Yes, if y'all want to. Right now, I'm talking about what he do on the 100 by 55.
Right.
And that's all I care about. I be trying to tell motherfuckers like, look, if we really dig, and I don't ever defend him on this. I don't ever defend him on this. Let me say that. But I also got to say this. Every one of our heroes is problematic in ways that are worse than who you like politically. Right? We've had people that we all love beat women. We have people that we all love sell drugs. We have people that we all love shoot people. You know what I'm saying? Shoot their loved ones. Okay? Jay-Z is all our favorite rapper.
Hey.
I'm just saying. I don't ever defend Jay-Z the man. Ever. It's not my place to defend Jay-Z the man.
Right.
Will I defend his music that he's given to us for the last 25 years?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I will.
Of course.
But I don't know him well enough to defend him, and he wouldn't defend me. So if somebody say Jay-Z an asshole, somebody say, yeah, he might, but throw on Dead Presidents. I don't want to hear that shit you talking. You know what I'm saying? You can argue that.
Right.
Same. It's the same thing we used to say about Puff.
Right.
I don't care if he owed Mace Publishing. I done been to too many of his parties and had a good time for me to care who we owe money.
Right. Exactly.
That ain't none of my business.
I agree with that. So
that's the same way I feel when it comes to sports people. I don't attach myself to them personally like that.
Right.
I look at what you do on the field or the court or the baseball diamond, and I leave it at that.
I think, I mean, that comes into play with, sports stars or superstars in any industry being role models.
Yeah.
They're role models for that particular field that they're in.
Exactly.
Not for the entire person they are. That's how it should be, from my estimation.
It's not like that though.
It's not.
But it should be.
It should be.
That was the whole thing with what Barkley said. Like, I'm not a role model. He got killed for that.
But
he did.
Listen. I think Barkley is an asshole. And a lot of shit that he do get on my nerves. Like, I can't stand him a lot of times. But that don't make me ever say, yo, he sucked on the basketball court. No, he was a great basketball player. A Hall of Fame basketball player. One of the greatest ever. I don't care that he say some foul shit sometimes. That's for y'all to deal with. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't look to Charles Barkley for nothing. But
it's two different conversations.
It is.
Either we're talking about how they play, or we're talking about what they do in real life.
Right.
So, but I care about how they play.
Right. But when the term comes as being a role model, that usually encompasses everything because of how good they are on the court. If they're good at this in this field, they're good at this in every aspect of their life, and that's not the case.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think that we got to stop. We as quote unquote regular citizens have to stop putting so much stock in what a celebrity or athlete or somebody says.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We should.
We talked about that a few episodes ago. We was talking about how the Republicans kept going to grab rappers and entertainers trying to get the vote.
Right.
Because they think that's going to sway it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I don't want to hear. I don't look at. I think and another thing, these dudes are making 8-9 figures, right? They may tell us who they voting for. When they pull that curtain back and they thinking about that tax bill that they got coming up, might be a lot of people flip that lever to the red side. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being what it is. I remember Chris Rock did when old boy was running for office in 2016. He was like, look, my heart with Hillary.
Right.
My head and my wallet with old boy. You know what I'm saying? But of course I'm gonna vote for sure. And that's what he said, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But look, having the difference between, those tax bills was immense.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It made people make a lot of different decisions, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what they gotta go through. You got kids, you got multiple mortgages and all that stuff. You ain't concerned about nobody politics. You're like, so I gotta hold on to these ones. You know what I'm saying?
It's enough to make you at least have a conversation.
Yeah, it's like, my kid's school $40,000 a year. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You won't hear me stumping for homeboy, and I believe that there's been a lot of those conversations had in locker rooms. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, look, I gotta hold on to this money. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I say that to say we should be smart enough and intelligent enough and mature enough to be able to separate the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Unless one of them is just so egregious that it's like,
yeah,
you know.
Or, and
really
to teach our kids to separate the two.
True. Like I didn't cancel. I didn't say fuck Jim Brown when he went to go meet with
Trump.
I didn't like it.
Right.
But I'm not gonna forget about his American program and all the gangbangers that he didn't help in his, in his life. I'm not gonna forget about the rites of passage program that Steve Harvey had for young men and all the great stuff that he done, gave money away, scholarships. I'm not gonna forget about that because
Steve admitted he got played.
No, I know that, and we all knew that was happening. We all knew he was getting played, right? But we just hope that he had saw it before then. But it's not like I'm like, yo, F Steve Harvey forever for that. F Ray Lewis forever. Or me saying, well, Ray Lewis wasn't one of the greatest linebackers ever. Yes.
Pocket knife Ray?
He was a monster. And he got played too. But it's like, yo, but
an attempted murderer.
Pocket knife Ray. I love it.
Yeah, you ain't have to bring all that. That's water under the bridge. He was found not guilty.
Water under the bridge, right? That's what we call it. Really? That's what we call it.
That's that OJ water.
He was found not guilty by a court of law and a jury of his peers.
Damn,
He was found,
okay.
He was found not guilty.
Okay, he was. You are absolutely right.
Orenthal James Simpson was found not guilty.
So, do you remember when we found that out?
So me and Teef was together around nothing but white people. We was at Piper, right?
Piper, yeah.
Upstairs. Upstairs in the lunchroom.
What was doing upstairs?
Because they was playing the verdict up there.
Right.
And they had the TVs up there. So they said the not guilty verdict. Me and Teef just run out the room laughing and shit. We on the elevator. It's nothing but angry white people on the elevator with us. I hope his dad gets him. I hope this now. I'm like, you could melt and pour Ronald Goldman's dad on OJ. Even broken down OJ. That nigga still played in the NFL. You will break Ronald Goldman's dad right on up, yo. Yeah, man. And look, that's another thing. OJ didn't fuck with niggas at all. He couldn't care less about us. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
But at one time, we beat the system.
Oh my God.
I still don't know if he killed him or not. If I was a betting man, I would say yeah. But a lot of stuff went on. You know what I'm saying? He, getting on the plane and flying over there, and it's like you would think he would have a better record of that if he killed him that day.
Yeah. The gloves ain't fit. Hey, come on, man.
It's crazy to think we lived through that shit. Like we were in college when all that happened. Yeah. That was crazy.
I remember where I was when the chase happened.
Yeah. It was a basketball game. They messed up the playoffs, and Knicks was in the playoffs. And they had to cut that game off because so AC and fucking OJ can ride down to 405.
Yo, during the time of our college or that young, like in a few years it was like Rodney King, OJ, Pac died, Biggie died. It was a lot that happened in those few years.
Remember coming up, we caught Yusef Hawkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Central Park 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a lot of
monumental moments in our history as Black people, like that really just shook us to the core. It's crazy when you think about it, because like we think of our parents as going through the civil rights movement, like nothing can compare to that, and I still believe nothing can compare to that besides slavery. But they experience and we experience. But now, when we think about our life growing up as young people and all the shit that happened during that time. And I'm just talking about those few years. That's like a 5-6 year period.
5-6 year
period. That's it. Like we ain't talking about the rest, the before and after. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Like we live through the birth of crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And quietly still seeing some of the effects of what it did to our community.
100%. 100%.
30 years later.
Yes, 100%. Agreed, 100%.
And yet we still dance and smile, and yet we still find time to barbecue and not worried about it. And every other people should be happy that this ain't the day that Black people decided to say, you know what?
We're gonna burn this motherfucker down. We burning this motherfucker down. That's it.
If we ever decide to do that, the earth will come to a standstill for a long time because everybody knows.
Quick, man. You know, I mean, listen, man. Because ultimately we just want to enjoy this life.
Yeah.
With regardless, what happens to us, and we see we get frustrated, we get upset, we get mad, we protest, we fight back, and all that. We just want to have a good time, man, because life has been so rough.
It's in the Constitution. The pursuit of happiness is our unalienable right when we get born here. The pursuit of happiness, yo. That's all we want to do is be happy. Mary said it, goddamn.
That wasn't written for us.
It wasn't for us, man.
That wasn't written for us.
Not at all. Nah.
Not to end that Constitution.
Y'all brought us here. We ain't asked to be here. Y'all brought us here, so now we need equality. If y'all didn't want that, then kindly put me back on a boat with a check and send me back across the water. You know what I'm saying? If it's all like that. Y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? Kindly send me back with a check, and I will go back. But we didn't ask to be here. My grandfather didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask to be here under none of these rules, so not pay us.
Speaking of trying to get that check,
pay us,
like we all trying to get that money, and a lot of crazy things been going on in the stock market. Not that I'm well versed in that, but some of y'all are better than me. But I'm trying to get my feet wet in that. But I have been paying attention to the news going on with like Robinhood and these other brokerages going through that. What was going on? AMC stock and Gamestop and
the GameStop.
What I realized and learned over the past few years is that usually when you hear about buying stocks, it's okay, well, you can make money if you buy a stock and the stock raises in price.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know until maybe 3 years ago that you could also make money if the stock dips in price.
That was in Trading Places.
But exactly. But we didn't understand what that was.
Back then, we
didn't understand what it was. And even up until then, because I never played that type of short sale game.
Right.
I never got into that squeeze game. So I didn't really understand that. And what it is they basically betting that the stock is going down and borrowing against the fact that the stock is going to go down, right? And Wall Street people have been doing this for decades and shit, and the regular man didn't know about it. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like this group on Reddit got that playbook and said, oh, okay, you trying to do that game? Well, we're going to do the exact opposite. So the only way a lot of those people who bet on that AMC stock and the GameStop made money is if it went down. Mm-hmm. But regular people or people that were a little savvy said, okay, we're going to pump it up like they regularly do and put our money into it and catch this little quick, lightning in the bottle. And as it grows, don't forget GameStop stock was like $8 earlier in like April or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And it got to, I don't think it might have been April. It might have been like 4 months ago. And now and then it got up to $500 a share. Yeah. Now, if you got in at 8 and you expected it to go down, and that shit went from 8 to 500, and these people aren't putting $1,000 in this. You know what I'm saying? So they put in hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars to hedging these bets. Mm-hmm. And once it got to the point where they realized, oh shit, we about to lose our shirts. They wanted to do what the Dukes wanted to do at the end of Trading Places. They're like,
turn these machines
back on. Or shut them off. That's why Robinhood and TD Ameritrade did what they did, because they working with the hedge funds to make sure they don't lose any money. Because when the margin call comes, just like what happened with the Dukes, y'all got to pay all this now.
Right.
This bet that you made didn't work. So now yeah, exactly. You got to pay all this now.
Right.
Before the end of trading. That's how serious it is. Like, not by the end of the week, dog. Trading in that.
Right. Not by the end of the week.
There's no payment plan on this, big.
Yeah. Trading in the 430s. We need all that. We're gonna take what you got one way or another.
Right.
So part of me respects the fact that the niggas was like, son, shut this shit down. We'll deal with all the heat that's gonna come later. But shut it down now if I lose any more money. If I lose another $1 billion. So that's what they was, doing. So now you gotta worry about anytime you see something like that. And when you think about it, AMC is the people that own movie theaters. Mm-hmm. There was no reason for their stock to grow in value.
Right. No. Right.
GameStop is just a 7-Eleven for games.
GameStop is Blockbuster.
Yeah, they don't make
They don't
make shit. They don't have nothing proprietary. It's nothing in the games.
And they're not needed now.
Yeah, they're not needed.
Because kids download games.
Yeah, everything's online. So it's like, why the hell is that stock going up all that money? So when you think about it, it makes sense for it not to. Mm-hmm. But the nefarious niggas was trying to do it on the low, and the Reddit people just got the playbook. Mm. It's like if Kansas City got the Bucks playbook on Thursday, on Sunday the Bucks would be in for a long day, and that's the best way I've been trying to explain to people, because I had to look at a couple things to understand exactly what went on. Mm-hmm. But basically, that's what it is. Yo, we gonna do this on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got the playbook from these niggas on Friday, and they don't know we got the playbook.
Mm. But the best part about that is that Reddit group. I don't know how many people was in it, but they got a whole group to do exactly the same thing at the same time.
You know
how hard that is?
And all of them are multi-millionaires right now. Wow. And it's a bunch of them. It's called Wall Street Bets, I think.
I follow them.
Yeah. And I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the only responsible thing to do as an adult.
Right.
But I mean, I've been doing that for a while. I've been investing for a while. I took a major L in 2009, right before I got married. Almost $300,000 in my retirement.
Damn.
Yeah. And I found out about it. Damn. I found out about it in May of 2009. And my wife at the time told me that she was pregnant with our first kid, Kai, on Father's Day. Mm-hmm. So less than a month after I found out I lost my life savings,
wow,
I found out I was having a baby.
Damn. Talk about timing, man.
Nigga, when I remember talking to Tone on his balcony one time and just telling him like something, because I didn't think I had to go back. I knew I was going to get a job eventually when I moved to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I also thought I had this damn near $300,000 cushion that I could chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Not have to worry about it. So when I'm talking to Tone and telling him that Mari was pregnant, and I just told him that I was terrified. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's like, what you mean? You got a kid already? It's like, nah, it ain't that. Right. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I gotta restart my life now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, it worked out. But
right.
But going to meet the guy from Barclays, and me and my mom going up there, and him telling me that my portfolio was worth 80% less than what it was the last time I checked. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And so this is a true story. I don't know if I ever told you this before. I started crying, not like boo-hoo crying.
Right.
Like I was just put my head down and shit, and I was like, right. I remember asking him, "Why didn't you tell me?" Mm-hmm. And he started stuttering, son. And my mom damn near had to pull me up out of this. I was killing. Like I wanted to put both my hands around his neck till my fingers collapsed like that, and choke every bit of color out of his face till he did not move. I've never felt that way about anybody. Like I didn't know what I was going to do. That's the first time in my life I felt totally lost. Like I didn't have nothing and nobody. My mom was sitting right here, and that's how I felt. That's how empty I was at that particular time. Now I know how Charlie Brown felt every time Lucy snatched the ball. But I was running I must have been running on a bed of nails or some shit. Because when I felt. So it was like, and I was scared to trade or buy another stock for like 6 years.
Understandable.
That's a true story. That's a true story. I remember talking to Mari when I wanted to start trading again. Like, I don't know, because I feel like I'm gonna get done dirty again, and it wasn't my fault. It's one thing if I was doing bad trading and shit and I lost the money. Or if I was gambling wrong and I lost the money, then I just would have been like, something else. But y'all robbed me. Y'all stole from me. You know what I'm saying? And I will never, ever, 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 ever forget that feeling when I found out that all that money was gone.
Wow.
Yeah. That being said, since I've been trading again, I've been on my slow and steady rings and race shit, which I was on before all the bullshit happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But more recently, I started getting into more of the day trading and stuff like that. But I'm a firm believer of I'm cool with my little 5, 8, 10% gains if they come in consistently like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them ups and downs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Right now, I'm working for 2 things. College money, which is kind of okay, and retirement money. Mm-hmm. Which is part of what I lost when I lost the shit back in 2008, 2009. So right now, my whole thing, me and Rob talk about this all the time because he went through the same thing. But his issue was with real estate. You know what I'm saying? He had lost a lot when the crash happened. So my thing, I'm just trying to get back to where I was before. Son, y'all remember how I was before I moved out here? I stopped working. I was flying back and forth between DC and LA, staying out here for 2 and 3 weeks and shit. I was partying like I didn't have no kind of care in the world. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until the niggas told me that they stole my money. And that's how I'm always going to explain it. Y'all stole my money and didn't tell me, and then I found out about it later. And that changed my whole life after that. Mm. But I learned so much during that time that I feel a lot more better doing my stuff self-directed. Now, I still got a 401k with my gig and all that, but I do the other stuff to, play around a little bit more, try to, multiply that a little faster. Get back to that. I'm 50, so I don't have too many more years of this working left, I hope.
Right.
I don't want to be 72
right.
working for nobody.
Right.
I don't want to be 60 working for nobody, quiet as kept. But definitely don't do that. So right now, sometimes that's you get obsessed with that shit. Mm-hmm. That's what ended my marriage. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Me trying to get back to that and doing whatever I could to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Cautionary tale, people. Do not put money in front of your family, ever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to work out for you. Also, every chance you get to check your retirement fund, if you're not self-directing it, every month make sure you set a time out to check and make sure what your money is doing. Every time. Right now, I'm so obsessed with I check every day.
Damn.
Every day. All right, that's the most. Other than my grandmother's passing away, that's the most traumatic thing that happened to me, and my brother getting killed. That's the most traumatic. So I never felt that way in my life. I felt like I was gonna die because I was like, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? I got a kid on the way and shit. My shit went from 292,000 to 15,000. Damn. Well, that was a rough time for the guy.
Yeah, of course.
And it came from nowhere because I thought everything was good. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I said again, make sure you check everything. Absolutely. And at the end of the day, remember that whoever's directing that for you, they work for you. So they have to answer every question. If they don't get back to you fast enough, make sure you that. They should be able to explain it to you like they explaining it to somebody who was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. If the person that's working with your money can't explain it to you like that, take your money someplace else. That's another thing. They should be able to, because if you can't explain it to me enough where you could, if you don't understand it enough where you can explain it to me like a layman, you know what I'm saying, then you're not the guy for me. Right. Or you're not the woman for me to work with my money on anything with that matter.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
It's crazy. I mean, listen. You made it through. You made it through. You here now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sitting there thinking about it right now. Like
getting teary-eyed. You still you here to talk about it. So,
Yo,
some people lose that. Some people lose money, like that, and jump out windows. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing. I don't think I got suicide in me.
Right.
I think I got like I'll run up in the police station and shoot some shit, and they'll end up killing me or some shit like that. But do I got the? I definitely don't got to jump off the building.
Okay, yeah,
I don't have to jump off the building,
and
I don't have to shoot in the head. You know what I'm saying? If I get the suicide, it'll be pills or some soft shit like that. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing where I'm hurting myself, like with some pain.
Well, I can mess up.
No, exactly. I fuck around and sneeze when I try to shoot myself. That shit ricochet off the top of my head.
All type
of pain. Half of my head is out. Or some shit.
But you're alive, feeling every bit of pain.
I tell everybody this, and I'm saying this on camera so y'all can all this little world can see. If y'all find me, right, and they say, yo, it was suicide, and I just said, especially with some painful shit, call because there was foul play. Okay, there was foul play. Oh, Dwight, he cut his own throat or he slit his wrist. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He shot himself. He put the gun in his mouth.
Didn't.
No, he didn't. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not going out like that. I'm not going out like that. Will I swallow 75 Tylenol? Yeah, maybe. But I'm not going out with the No. I'm not drowning in no tub and no shit. No. They do all that shit.
We get it. We get it. If somebody says Dwight committed suicide, it's a cover up.
Yes.
Yeah. Something else happened. I mean, switch gears a little bit. Speaking of that, as much as I don't want to speak about that, you commit suicide or not, death on the whole. We did lose one of our legends. We lost a few legends this week, but we did lose one of our biggest legends in our community, Cicely Tyson. Legendary actress, 96 years old, had a full life. Like, she was twice my age. Twice my age. I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, she's twice my age.
And still moving around here.
Moving around. Like.
And always looked like she just got finished adjusting her crown.
And was like acting almost up, like she was on How to Get Away with Murder. Like she was, she played a Viola Davis mother. So, I mean, she was acting up until in her 90s, like very well. So it's
older black actresses and entertainers do seem to, like her and Lena Horne and Nancy Wilson, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, like they just age gracefully. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you see them and they always look like, you refer to them as queen. When you talk to them when they pass away or mother this or sister that. It's always that reverence, you know what I'm saying, that they get just by coming in the room. Like Felicia Rashad or somebody walking in right now, we probably get in and bow.
Right, exactly.
They just command that type of way they carry themselves and stuff like that. I like seeing older black actresses, you know what I'm saying, and black, women entertainers as they get older, because they always age gracefully.
Right.
They always, you know what I'm saying, age gracefully.
Always.
Nancy Wilson was fine until she was 80-something years old. Lena Horne was fine until she was 80-something years old.
All of, like, on Instagram, and the past week or so many, especially big celebrities that we look up to have talked about Cicely Tyson so gracefully, how, how she meant so much to them and their process is becoming artists or directors or actresses or producers or actors, whatever. So, like, I will honestly admit, like, she's one of those actresses that I haven't seen. I've seen some of her movies, but there's probably a lot more that I didn't see.
Yeah.
But she's always, since I've, paid attention to celebrities, was one of those actresses that, she's up here. Like when I became aware, when you could become aware of who's who and what's what, she was already legendary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was doing movies 20 years before I was born.
Exactly.
Dated Miles Davis.
Right.
I heard she was Louis Farrakhan's first cousin.
What?
Yeah,
I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
Yo, that's a Snapple fact. That's a random fact.
Yeah. But remember, Farrakhan was an artsy dude. He played the violin.
Yeah, Calypso Louis, right?
Shout out to Mr. James, who I'm sure is probably in heaven right now.
Right.
He used to call him Calypso Louis all the time.
Great. That's a great name, son. That's a great name, son. Especially when you think of who he is now. Yeah. Right?
That's what makes it so funny, actually.
Right.
Oh, shit.
At any moment, he could break out into song. You know what I'm saying?
Man. With the violin and that. That's just a tune. It's like, let me hold on for a second. Let me open my stuff. That whole setup is funny.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Shout out to Farrakhan.
Man, yeah. Shout out to the honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Calypso Louis.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like she's always been a legend in my eyes. You know, like I need to ask my mother what Cicely Tyson meant to her. You know what I mean? I think I need to do that.
We need to do a better job of celebrating those people. You know,
when they're still here.
Yeah. When we have our award shows and all that, like they should have a list right now of some of the most distinguished, you know what I'm saying, Black people, not just entertainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
And we should be able to give one or two of them an award every time. If like BET did a great job with the awards. I think the BET Awards is the best award show for our culture. Mm-hmm. I love what they do with Black Girls Rock. I think they could do something like that for some icons and maybe give them something in this show. And it got to be from us, not from the Kennedy Center, no shit like that.
Right.
It got to be from our people to let them know that we appreciate what they've done and what they've added to us. And they, most of the people are going to be remembered long after they're gone, and they made history in whatever field they've been in. Mm-hmm. And it'd be nice for them to get that type of recognition, just to let them know that we respect what they've done.
Right.
The other day in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy because a guy like Ben Carson would have got that. Because he was a brilliant doctor.
Right.
Yeah. Brilliant doctor. So I was like, even when I hear people, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure he deserves a lot of the slander that he gets. But we should not forget that man was a brilliant doctor.
No.
And in school books, they got Ben Carson name in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a shame that, the politics.
What exactly? What he'll be like, it'll feel like what his real talent and skill will not be a footnote, but it won't be the first.
It might be.
A footnote. But it definitely won't be the first thing people think about when they hear his name. And that is fucked up.
And that's sad. Yeah.
It's very sad. Very sad.
Although, he brought some of that on himself, though.
He did. Agreed.
He could have said no. When someone asked him, he was like, "Nah, good." Because really, I didn't know what his politics was. I didn't care what it was. You know what I'm saying?
He was smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be out here with this. Nah.
Yeah. And then it's just the constant massaging of Trump. Every time somebody said something to him about him, like, look, man, you don't always got to suck him off. He can make a mistake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it seems it's ironic that of all the people that started out with dude in 2016, Ben Carson was one of the only ones that was left. He didn't get fired. It seemed like everybody else there either fired or resigned. Remember Jeff Sessions and all the niggas?
Went to jail.
Yeah, or went to jail, yeah.
Right.
So Ben either was kind of squeaky clean or knew where some of the bodies was buried. So he was like, I got this tape, right? You know what I'm saying? So you might want to chill when I come over here with that resign shit. But I don't know, man. Hopefully he will get remembered for some of the good stuff that he did in the medical field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he should, because it is important, regardless of how his career is gonna ended or ending with that, with some of the worst thing you could align yourself with.
Is he even called Dr. Ben Carson?
I really don't hear doctor in front of. I just hear Ben Carson because
See, that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. It could be like y'all saying. It could be a footnote.
There's no way in the world you can refer to me as nothing but Dr. Nothing when I get that.
Right.
And if I accomplish what he accomplished, I don't care what you telling me. You could be telling me that this place is on fire. You should say, "Hey, doctor, there's smoke coming out the room." Like, I want to hear that first. I want to hear that first. Remember in A Few Good Men when Jack Nicholson said, "Yo, refer to me as Colonel." He reminded him, and then Jack Nicholson said something to the judge, and the judge was like, "The defendant will refer to me as Sir or Judge. I'm sure I've earned it. have a seat, Colonel." Like, no, put respect on my name, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I had to be about Ben Carson. Like, yo, son, nobody call me Ben in here at all. I'm walking out.
I'm not going to answer.
Dr. Carson first?
Yeah. I'm just going to ignore you.
No question. I'm answering nothing. Nobody in here got the credentials I did. Anybody else in here did what I did? Nobody did.
Right.
Dr. Ben Carson. You can say, "Hey, Dr. Ben Carson, you an asshole." Make sure the doctor is in that, though. That's all I need. Like Don King said, you call me a nigga, make sure you put rich before it.
Rich nigga. Hilarious.
Great Don King.
So listen, before we get up out of here, there's something I wanted to ask y'all. It's something I posted on Instagram on my story to, like a poll. So I wanted to ask y'all because, I mean, both of these are important to everybody. I mean, well, these art forms are important to whoever. But if you had to only enjoy one of these for the rest of your life, just one, which would it be? Music or movies? Which one would it be? For me, it's going to be music. That's it.
Music 10 out of 10 times.
Okay.
Yeah, music.
Okay. Because I was having a conversation earlier with my wife, and I was, because we were both music. I make music, but she's a music lover. She's like, I don't make it, but I love it. But there's people out there that don't really love music. Like, it's like
a lot of people that don't love music.
It's like background noise for them, so they can take it or leave it. So that's what prompted me to ask that question.
Do you think that's cultural?
Cultural?
Do you think it's not saying black? I'm not saying black or white racial. I'm saying cultural. Like, I think, like, for example, it seems like music is important in urban areas. You know what I'm saying? It seems like every place, because most of the places that we lived at were urban areas. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, Spanish people or Latino or black, whether you African American or you from Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Even Italians and white people, they listen to the ones that lived in our urban area, listen to music all the time. But it seems like when you go out to the suburbs, and we've all been there too,
right?
You don't hear that like you hear it in the urban neighborhoods. You don't hear it coming out of the not even when you hear when people have a barbecue, even when they have a cookout or something.
Right.
I'm not saying you never hear it. I'm just saying it's not like I live around a bunch of Mexicans. Every time the grill is up, you can best believe for hours they're gonna be out there rocking. You know what I'm saying? Until 3 hours of the night. If it's somebody quinceañera or something happened that night, they can be out there till 4 o'clock and don't care. And they ain't turning it down. Don't even ask them.
Right.
And everybody in the neighborhood knows. You just hear it. Then finally, it goes down. And then next day, you don't hear nothing again.
Right.
In the urban neighborhood, you hear it coming out of the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't hear it coming out of the house. So I think it's always around for us.
Cultural. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be. But, like, I think most of the people I know around me are music lovers. Like, I don't know anybody who really doesn't love music, but I know they're out there. Like,
but that's why we all friends then.
Yeah, I know people that don't love music as much as we do.
Right. Okay.
There's some people that like music. They like a certain music. They'll listen if it's on.
Right.
Like,
if it's on. Right.
I need music on when I'm doing almost anything.
Pretty much. Like, it helps me think.
Yeah.
It helps. Like, it does something to me. Like, it transports me to somewhere else where I need to be. More so, even movies do that too, but music, music speaks to my soul
Music is my medicine, B.
Yeah, it speaks to my soul, like more. And I'm talking, it could be the lyric, a verse in somebody's rap, or a hook on somebody's song, or could be the notes that somebody play. It'll speak to me differently, and it'll hit me differently. And it happens way more than movies do. But movies do that too. They'll tug at them heartstrings and all that. Yeah. So, but music, it's different. It's just different. It's just different for me.
I also think music can link like people from like there's songs that my kids like that my mom likes, and they 70 years apart.
Right.
Age,
right.
You know
right.
And it might be a song from my mom's era. Right. It might be a song from our era. It might be a song from my kids' era. But I think you find that more in music than you do in movies. Like I don't think none of us give a damn about Going with the Wind. But 50 years ago, that was one of the most greatest movies ever made. And still considered that.
Right. Yeah. Still considered.
Yeah. But you can't tell me that like, Stevie Wonder's Talking Book gonna be great forever.
Yeah. Right.
It don't matter. It don't matter. That goes across genres, across races, across ages, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think you see that more in music than you see in movies. Not that doesn't happen in movies, but I think I think, for example, a kid that's 14-year-old now might look at the first Star Wars movies like, yo, this shit is whack.
Whack.
Yeah,
based on the technology, yes.
It's trash I was looking at.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But conversely,
y'all thought this was dope.
Yeah, conversely, we could listen to songs by the Temptations or the Four Tops that was out before we was even born.
Yeah.
And we could recognize and hear the greatness and listen to it and like it and all that stuff. When we hear classic music, we're not talking about Run DMC, and then we talking about what our parents listened to when they was 15, 16 years old, or when they was in the clubs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that music, at least for me,
that's a great point.
I need that. Yeah, if you had to give that, if I had to give one of those up, you can have movies all day. And I love movies. That's how me and my kids, that's part of our shit. You know what I'm saying? But we also bond with music too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that, like you said, John, I think the soul part of it is real.
Noah made a playlist that I'll be rocking with.
Mm-hmm.
Like with all music.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
we was in the car. He had it going on. Like, is this my phone? Like, you send me that.
You send me that. No,
make you feel good. Make you feel like you did a good job. In that part of it.
Yeah. I mean,
my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, Dominique, she don't mess with none of, like, she's 30. I don't know his name. She's 32, just turned 30. And when she was in high school and stuff, she would listen to Heavy D and De La Soul and stuff like that. She, and even now, she don't mess with trap music and stuff like that. She don't listen to that. Right. She listens to oldies, Brand Nubian and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but she said she listened to that because she remembered being in the car and me playing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like she got used to hearing that, and I'm glad she got to listen to that part, the melodic part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That part.
That's dope.
Yeah.
No, that's
another thing. Music will bring people from different places.
Yeah.
Totally different places together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't know if movies can do that. You know what I mean? Because with movies, you need subtitles and all that stuff. With music, sometimes seriously.
Right.
Music,
no.
Jazz, like for instance, jazz, you don't even need words.
Right. No, you're absolutely right.
And just hearing that somebody with a trumpet, or somebody with a sax, or playing guitar, bass guitar, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like George Benson go across whatever.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's people, when you pull that guitar out, it's like, yo, we good now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see Frankie Beverly with the white dad hat, we good now.
It's something different about music, man. Like, and I believe I should know this by now for a fact, but I believe it's only 7 actual notes. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're like sharps and flats in between them, but it's just 7 actual notes and you do what you can with them. You know what I mean? And it's a crazy week that we come up with so many different ways. And a lot of songs do sound similar or whatever, but it's amazing what you can create from those notes, and it's just like it just
knowing that there's only 7 notes.
Yeah.
And hearing somebody play a piano. Like I've always been fascinated by people.
Right. The same note, different octaves. That's all. That's all. That, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Not playing the piano and not looking at the keys is one of the greatest things I can.
Or playing the piano and singing.
Like Alicia Keys, that is a legend. Or Ray Charles or something like that. Like, yo.
Wait, first of all, playing the instrument is just a gift anyway.
I think that about the guitar too.
Yeah, but when you can play something and sing, and you're singing something different than what you're playing, like this, that is a beautiful, like it's a beautiful thing to witness.
Stevie Wonder do that shit and can't see. I can't play Farrah Jacques on the piano right there. They gonna play whatever song you want on the piano and then pull a harmonica out.
Right.
And do the bridge on that and then finish off with the piano.
Yo.
You gotta protect Stevie at all times, yo.
Yo, Stevie is one of our most, like, I don't even want to bring it up, but whenever he passes, it's going to be like, son.
I have a strong argument that Stevie is the greatest.
Yeah, it's a few people that I put in that suit. Like I put Luther, Stevie, Bob Marley, maybe one of the like in that upper echelon. Like to me, like Stevie had a run, especially like a specific that was just musically. That's unmatched.
Not only that,
unmatched,
but been a star since he was 13.
Yes, how about that? Little Stevie Wonder. Like how many young stars actually make it to be successful grown stars though?
How do God not give you sight, but give you so much more?
Right.
Not only that, I'll be on Tidal sometime looking at the credits. Ain't like he was Michael Jackson. He wrote a lot of his hits too.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's a songwriter.
My favorite Michael, like, it's hard for me to, when people ask you, like, what's your favorite hip hop song? What's your favorite, R&B song? What's your favorite song from this artist? What's your favorite Prince song? Like, I can never do that, but I can always name my favorite Michael Jackson song, and it's I Can't Help It. And Stevie wrote that. That's what I'm saying. I can always be like, yo, Michael, I Can't Help It is my favorite Michael Jackson song, and Steve Lynn Morris wrote that record, man. It's a beautiful song, man. Yeah, he's a different type of. He's just.
Is there a reference for that?
It might be. You know what? I could find out because. Really? Somebody might have it. Like I
remember when Mike passed, they did that. They did like a station on Sirius XM. Mm-hmm. That was just playing nothing but Michael Jackson music.
Right.
Like covers, all types of stuff.
Right. I have a reference of Thriller. It was called, I think it was called Starlight or something else before it was called Thriller. I have that somewhere. I have that, but I can get in touch with some people who have like
Stevie Wonder, also the only person in the history of the Grammys to win Album of the Year back to back.
That's like going back to back. That's like going back to back winning the Super Bowl, right?
That's like going back to back in the NBA Finals and winning the sweep. That's how hard that is.
That's how hard it is. That's how hard it is.
It's hard to get nominated.
It's more albums that come out in a year.
Right. He said
it's more albums that come out in a year.
It might be harder.
There's more albums than NBA teams that come out in a year.
Right. Right, but the competition, even though it's more albums, but the competition though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It could be more, but is the competition as great as the year before? You know what I mean? Like that's like
You know his trophy room got to be sick. Just with Grammys and American Music Awards and ASCAP Awards for writing and all that. Like,
yeah. Insane.
Speaking of which, not to get off the subject, did you see the clip of Serena Williams walking through a trophy?
I did
condo?
Not. Nah, I did not.
Yo, Serena Williams trophy room was like the top floor of a mall. She was walking around there. She couldn't even remember when, like, I don't know. I think I won 2010, 2012, one of those. Couldn't find out she had won both of them. Like, her trophy room, only trophy room I saw that compared was, they showed like a couple of pics of Jordan's trophy room.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw he had the bull from the United Center, like in the middle of the floor. And then he had all the like the Larry O'Brien trophies in like these glass cases that was lit up in like a circle and shit.
Now, did he get the trophies or did he get replicas? Like, did they really?
No. He probably got. If I'm Jerry the Lionsdorf, you getting replicas, bro. I cut the check. I need the real.
Right.
Mike got the best replica they had. If not, I just need two of those. I need one for me, get one for Jordan, and then you can get the rest of them. But
right,
yeah, whatever you got, I know it's worth some money. But his trophy room was crazy. But watching Serena walk around that trophy room, and like the trophy room was like it's the white floor, like the glass floating shelves, which is like a Wimbledon plate or something, just floating in the fucking air. Shit, it's like, damn, like she really the greatest athlete ever.
Yo,
like male or female. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put Serena's joints, like give me your list of joints, and I got my list of joints. Let's go blow for blow and you see what we got. It'd be hard pressed.
Yes. It's
still like Richard Williams needs more credit too.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion right there too. Yeah.
That man, think about it. There's been nobody else in history of the world who's made two children that have been as successful in their field as them two women have.
Yeah, and they didn't go crazy.
Right.
Exactly. They're not crazy. They're not, acting on nuts. You don't ever hear too much bad stuff about them.
The only maybe second place would probably be
Joe Jackson?
the Manning's father. I know. I'm just saying like
Peyton. I give you that.
So Super Bowls though,
Eli
like both of them. Eli. No, but we all know Peyton was a way better quarterback.
Not only that, but yeah,
way better. But as far as accolades.
Yeah, but Eli had maybe 4 good seasons with the Giants. Just so happened 2 of those seasons he got really busy and they won the Super Bowl. But the fact
that he won both against Tom Brady, that's a whole nother thing. That's just a whole nother thing.
And
I'm so upset about that one.
If you look at Eli's stats, like he led the league in interceptions like 4 times. Like he was good when it counted twice.
Right. He was clutch. He was clutch.
Peyton was great. Yeah, Peyton was great throughout. Hey,
he was lucky, B.
He was clutchy.
He put the ball in his helmet. Come on,
he was lucky.
Luck is preparation plus opportunity.
Right.
There was no preparation in that. No, there was no preparation.
Look, the helmet catch was luck.
Yes.
The one he threw to Manningham on the sideline was one of the greatest passes I ever seen.
That was perfect.
At that particular time, he threw that shit right here.
That was perfect.
And homeboy was right here, and he had to do a third down, threw it right there. So the helmet catch, I get that one luck. The other one, Eli was just
right.
And I remember being in Dog's basement. I mean, not his basement. Let me not diss him. In Dog's movie room, watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
That particular one, and I remember the announcer saying, "Well," because remember they had to trade for Eli. Remember Eli didn't want to go to India and all that stuff. And I remember him saying, well, I remember looking at Dog saying, well, if he worked without all that hoopla, now's going to be the time he show it.
Right.
I remember the announcer said the same thing. He was like, see, I ain't the only one who think that. And what that nigga do? Went right down the field and scored. And got the MVP. So
right.
You know what?
Right.
All that shit he was talking, I don't want to go here.
Right.
All that was worth it.
I mean, you can criticize him and be like you say, he led in interceptions or whatever. But in New York, Eli's always good.
Yeah.
He's always good.
Eli money no good in the city.
Just like I said, not the fact he got 2 Super Bowls, but he won them over a New York a rival in the New England Patriots. Like
one of them was 18-0 when he.
I wanted to see that 19-0, man.
Right, that would have been perfect.
And look, and this is another thing I try to tell people about the time, which is let you know that I really am objective when it comes to this. Look, I went to Ohio State University.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who knows colleges know that Michigan is their rival. We hate Michigan. Where did Tom Brady go to school at? Michigan. Tom Brady got famous during the Tuck Rule.
Yeah.
That game, right? The Tuck Rule was against who? The fucking Oakland
Raiders. Right.
I got every reason in the world to hate this nigga. Every reason. When I say he the best, believe me, it's not just I'm not just talking. You know what I'm saying? I really thought about this. I always thought Joe Montana was the best. You know what I'm saying? I still think Joey M get that in some things, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he also had Jerry Rice. So when Tom Brady had Randy Moss, they went 18-0.
Right.
And he threw 50 touchdowns. I do remember that.
Right.
All I'm saying is I have every reason to hate this man. For me to say that he the best, I really am separating my feelings and everything else. It's like what I've seen.
Right.
The nigga we don't know anybody that ever been to 10 Super Bowls. He's 6-3. It's just like the same thing I say about LeBron. He lost 4 finals. It's like he been to 9. What y'all talking about? Or 8 or 9 of them. Like,
right. And it's the reason why he's been the main reason why he's been to 9.
Every team he go to is an instant title contender, not playoff contender.
Title contender
that year.
Yeah.
That year, as soon as he go, the finals ain't easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's other good players too. It's like this nigga done been to the Super Bowl 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20% of my life. Oh, man, I'm not saying forget about all the other stuff, but look, separate all the other shit y'all talking and just appreciate that man's greatness on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
Watch
know how
your mouth when you disagree too.
Right. I don't know how we went from music and movies to Tom Brady, but you know, it is what it is. That's how the show goes. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it here. Anyway, we want to thank you.
Before we go.
What up?
Number one, shout out to everybody for Black History Month.
Oh yeah.
I think you had. We were talking about liquor earlier or wine earlier, and you have some wine from a black-owned winery, right?
Yeah. The McBride sisters.
The McBride sisters.
The McBride sisters. The name of the wine is called Black Girl Magic. I actually bought the red blend this weekend, and it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Definitely good. I saw a Riesling in there for them too. I didn't have that, but I tried the red blend, and it's pretty good. Yeah, the McBride sisters, Black Girl Magic. That's
check them out. Check them out on Instagram. I know they also have a wine club, if I'm not mistaken, that you can get some wine from them.
Drinking it now.
Wine club. It'd be good.
Yeah.
What we were saying earlier, like we're gonna start, not start, because we always mention some type of liquor on here, but we heavy into our wines, heavy into our bourbons. So we'll probably be talking about that a little bit more on here. Hopefully have some experts or some people that just enjoy the grapes as much as we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the champagne. I can't get that. You know what I'm saying? No, I had some Pierre Jouet maybe about a month ago, and I had not had that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some rosé. I had not had that because last couple of rosés I had usually been Mo and all that. Mm-hmm. But I usually get the Pierre Jouet if I'm in a club or some shit like that. So it was good to have it, just at home, sipping it or whatever, relaxing. And I think I'm starting incorporating that into my drinking a little bit more. I miss champagne because I usually only drink it in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or mimosas, that's it.
Yeah, mimosas, exactly.
I'm not a champagne person.
Yeah, mimosas, I don't always like going with the high end on that because you run through it too fast with the mimosas. And I like tasting the actual champagne if I have. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I've played myself and went cheap on the champagne with the mimosas one time. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I really played myself. I think I got some Asti Spumante or some shit.
Come on, son.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, son.
Exactly. I'm actually embarrassed to say that. But when I tell you it tasted like flat Sprite and orange juice.
Yeah. I
was tight. Like, why did you do this? Not only that, but like I could have got a bottle of, Mo or something for like another $20. Mo ain't really that expensive.
Right.
So it's like I should just went and got the white, label and just been happy with it. But never again. I worked too hard to drink Asti Spumante.
Yeah. I'm more of a prosecco. Like I've been into prosecco a lot lately.
Really? Aren't you fancy?
When I do the mimosas, yeah, I like a little prosecco.
I like prosecco.
Yeah, I like.
I know you would.
It's like why you say that? Yeah, I'm definitely a prosecco fan. The champagne, like the Andre. My daughter just bought some. She loves Andre. I was like, really?
Tell her call me.
Loves it.
Yeah,
she loves it.
Tell her call me.
Yeah. We'll help out. We'll send a gift card or something for the realness. You have to drink with Andre.
Right, we be like, nah, we gonna go with the prosecco. I mean, there's so many kinds like Lamarcas. I think Lamarck is it what it called?
Lamarck, yeah.
Lamarck, that. Cupcake makes a good prosecco too.
Cupcake,
actually.
they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I thought cupcake
like $9 too.
Yeah, it's super cheap. It's super cheap.
Yeah. I buy the cases, like the little bottles.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So it's not because once I open a bottle,
right,
you can't close it.
Well, I mean, you put it on a stopper.
The little bottles of champagne.
Yeah.
The
little bottle.
You get that by the case?
Yeah.
From where?
Liquor stores.
Yo, I see that by the case. I usually only see little shits like that, like on the plane or something like that.
Like a six pack or something like that.
And they got the new joints in like the cans.
What?
I seen that a couple times.
I haven't seen the can.
I thought that was already like juiced up or something.
No, it's just straight champagne.
Oh.
Yeah. Single serves. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I get that. That makes sense though. That makes sense.
When I'm drinking,
stoppers don't work on champagne.
Well, I mean, true. Well,
I drink it too fast for it to matter anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, my champagne ain't getting flat.
Yeah, but fine.
I might have two with breakfast and
right.
That's it.
But I'm saying if I buy a regular bottle,
no, 2 mimosas. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. But if I buy a regular bottle, me and my wife are gonna go through that whole bottle, like between.
See, I'll open a bottle. I'll have a glass. My wife is like, I don't want.
Okay, see, no, me and my wife will both have a glass. We'll have 2 glasses and it's done. It's done.
So I start getting the little cases, the little bottles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
10 in the refrigerator right now. Got some rosé.
Got some
rosé. Yo, me and my girl go to.
Because I start doing the champagne and tequila drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
What? He said, why you?
Yeah.
You trying to get into a fight or something? You
know I'm a tequila guy though.
Right.
But with champagne, that's like
it's good. It's good, man. It's good.
That's the same thing you say about Nouveau. Remember they had Nouveau out with vodka and champagne?
No, I never had that.
Nouveau in the pink bottle?
I remember Nouveau.
I wasn't drinking in the pink bottle. I don't know. So
tequila and champagne.
I learned my lesson with colored drinks with Alizé. That's the last time I drank something with some color in it.
I had some good times with that Alizé.
A lot of people had some.
I throw up just thinking about that.
And the hip, to be honest, the Hypnotic.
Oh God, that sky blue looking.
Sky blue elixir.
That's sky blue murky ass liquor looking. Murky ass sky blue liquor.
I'm so glad I'm refined now. Like if you came to me,
I
would smack that shit off the table.
Yeah.
Yo, the fact. I mean, they. I'm not even gonna go into it how they named it and spelled it with a Q because they knew our community would appreciate that shit. And just they marketed to us like for real, son. Oh, that's a whole lie. That's a whole.
When the Incredible Hawks was out,
yeah,
it wasn't a bad time in my life.
Hennessy and Hypnotic, that wasn't a bad time in your life?
Wasn't a bad time in my life, bro.
Wow.
That was like early Dream and DC Live days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I remember a night in Dream, man.
So it was always a good time. But also about that time, I didn't have the tolerance that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
So I could drink 1 or 2 of those and be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid-20s and shit. Now I'm a little bit more, I got a little bit more tolerance, and I could, 2 Incredible Hawks probably couldn't do nothing for me now.
I dare you go
I
get
dare
one right now.
I disagree. You drink more wine now than anything. right?
I'd like to see you drink Incredible Hulk right now.
Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely more wine.
Wine than anything. So that's way lower than B. 2 Incredible Hulks? Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, the Hypnotic and Alizé really didn't have a lot of alcohol in it. It was the Hennessy that would do anything. That other shit was more juice.
Yeah, of course. I'm saying
that's what's going to get you now.
I'm saying the 2 Incredible Hulks. Yeah,
that's what's going to get you now.
I'm not just talking about the Hypnotic.
The
I'm
sugar
talking about
and that liquor.
No. Sugar give you a headache. That don't make you more drunk though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
what we doing for your birthday?
What, this year?
Whatever it is, Incredible Hulks on deck.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 2 back to back. 2 back to back. You just said it probably won't do nothing to you.
I want to see.
Okay. Y'all want a challenge? All right. So look, when I get off of here, right?
Okay.
I got 2 liquor stores within a block where I live, right? Okay. I'm gonna go there and find me some Hypnotic.
Oh, why?
On one of our episodes, upcoming episodes, I will consume 2 Incredible Hulks. Okay. About this size, like regular stuff. Okay. And we'll see what ensues after that.
Oh man, that's gonna. And it's gonna. Ooh.
We all understand what bet means, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bet. And it's recorded. It's recorded now, so we good.
Look. I don't think y'all realize how high my tolerance is when I say this. Like, understand, when we was all going out, we talking about 15 years ago. I've had a whole nother life since then out here when it comes to that. Drinking with Anthony Rock, who's a damn fish when it comes to that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Mixing liquors and all that. Like right now, my son, I'm gonna rock through 3/4 of this during
that is wine. That is wine.
Look, is that 14.5?
No,
yeah.
14,
What is Hennessy?
Look, 2 Incredible Hulks. 2 Incredible Hulks with like this. Not gonna do that to me like that, yo.
Okay, we'll see.
I believe you. I believe you.
I don't.
Challenge.
I don't.
Challenge.
Yeah, you may think you be all right, but when you look at the playback, you gonna be slurring your words like a motherfucker. Like these Incredible Hulks ain't do nothing to me. I'm good, son. Incredible Hulk is nothing, son.
Let me get a box of sunflower seeds.
Make sure ain't no radiator in there. I want you sitting on losing track of time.
No, I'm telling you. Look.
See, that's gonna be you. That's gonna be you after Incredible Hulks. That's gonna be you.
Talk about like you see this? It's beautiful. It's y'all beautiful. Yo, not for nothing. My grandfather had a sister named Janet, right? And my Aunt Janet used to get lit. So my Aunt Janet used to get lit, and it was always like a comedy routine.
Right.
Somebody would always get cursed out. Kid, sister, husband, whoever was in her crosshairs,
right? You
would get it. You're like, Aunt Janet, why don't you cool out? And she would get into that same shit Eddie Murphy was talking about, like, it's my house.
Right.
It's my house. Nobody tells me what the fuck to do. If y'all don't like it, get out.
Right.
And she'll say all this shit with the drink in her hand. She would always carry like one of her fingers for some reason would be in the, and she'd always be stirring her drink with the index.
It is all through the skin straight to the bloodstream.
Rest in peace, Aunt Janet. But yo, she didn't go.
Wow, that's dope. Listen, we about to.
Let's get about it.
Yeah, son. Anyway, y'all, listen, we want to thank y'all for tuning into episode 14 of our podcast. Listen, we need y'all to continue to like, subscribe, please share with your friends and your family, because we need to grow this thing. You are our village, and it takes a village to grow this, so we need y'all support. You know what I mean? So until next time, y'all, we will see y'all. Peace.
Peace. Next.